Hi, my name is Margaret McEwen and I'm the owner of Superfine Canine Dog Training. I hope you're enjoying the activities that Embark is providing for their Camp Embark program, and I hope you're earning those badges. Today's topic is going to be for those people who rescued or adopted their dog or even got a new puppy that didn't seem to get the best start at life. We're going to say the dog came with a little baggage. Not every dog that comes to you is going to be happy and excited and, wanting to meet everybody and, dive right into family life. Some of us adopt dogs that are a little bit more nervous or anxious, or maybe they've been through a lot already. So one thing you want to consider for sure when you are getting your dog is you probably won't know a lot about their history, but you will probably be able to determine their transport history. And by that I mean, where did they originally come from? Where were they transported to? Were they in and out of shelter and rescue groups? Were they in and out of foster homes? And over what period of time? Because it's very possible that a dog within just a week or so can go from being at home, surrendered to a shelter or rescue group, transported out of state, across the country, or even sometimes out of the country that they came from, into another rescue group, and then to your home. So just keep in mind what your dog may have been through over the past weeks, days of their life before they came to you. So when you bring your dog home, you want to give the dog a chance to just kind of get acclimated to your environment, to get used to the smells, get used to the noises, get used to you just as a family or even as an individual, what's going on. Keep things low key for a while. The first day your dog comes home is typically not the best time to introduce them to everybody in the neighborhood, your extended family. Take them to the pet store. Be a little low key for a couple days, especially if your dog is exhibiting signs of stress or nervousness. So now let's talk about what those signs are, because dogs can't tell you, hey, I'm nervous. You really need to watch their body language. And we're going to do some slides on body language so you can see for yourself. But watch to see, are they willing to go up to somebody to greet them, or are they backing away? If they're backing away, they're saying, please don't, I'm not ready right now. Your neighbor may want to see your dog. They're so excited you got a dog, so they want to throw themselves upon this dog. And maybe this particular dog is just not okay with that, at least not right now. So just watch and say, oh, we're going to give them a little bit of time. Watch for signs like lip licking, kind of flicking their tongue around their lips, not licking their chops like they're hungry, but just kind of lip licking and flicking. Sideways glances like that can be a little sign that they're nervous. Yawning, scratching, sneezing. But clearly the most obvious one is going to be the dog backing up and maybe even cutting behind you. And that's when you need to step in and say, we're going to take this a little slower. This dog is showing signs of stress, nervousness, and being worried. And you can tell by the way the dog is gazing. He's looking to the side a little bit. His mouth is tense. His neck is tense. His ears are pinned back. And he is very clearly saying, please stay away. You're making me nervous. This dog is also not wanting you to come any closer. His gaze is fixed straight ahead. His ears are flat across the top of his head. And he is actually, you can see the tension in his mouth, but he may actually be puckering his mouth a little bit as if he might be getting ready to give a low growl. This dog is feeling just the opposite of the other two, right? His eyes are relaxed and squinty, and his mouth is open. And I bet if we could see his whole body, he would be wiggling his entire body in happiness. This guy is giving some mixed signals. He seems unsure, which would make me unsure as well. He's looking upwards towards the camera or the person, but his ears are pinned back. His mouth is open, so it's not tense, but he looks a little conflicted. So with this type of body language, what I would do is possibly turn myself to the side and let the dog approach me if he chose to. I wouldn't reach in and go to pet this dog immediately. If you do find that your dog is showing signs of being fearful of people, other dogs, objects, sometimes garbage cans are a common one when you're walking around, plastic bags or balloons, something that kind of moves randomly, you want to be sure to introduce them to these items or people very slowly and deliberately. The dog will dictate when they're ready to get a little closer to these items, and that's going to be apparent by their body language. So I'll give you an example of if my dog is nervous around people. I would not throw him into a crowd of people. I would go to a park that maybe there's a couple people, or at least I can stay far back away from the people. And when my dog notices a person and my dog's not exhibiting any of those stress-related body language signals, I can, good boy, look at you, and give the dog a treat, something really, really valuable, something special that maybe the dog hasn't seen before or tasted before. And then I'm going to turn and walk away a little bit, kind of showing, look how close we came, what a good job you did. Now I'm going to get you out of this situation so you don't have to worry. And you would just gradually over time, not in a day, this could take a long time. And again, your dog is going to dictate how long it's going to take for them to be okay. Remember to go slow and deliberately, and make sure there's a positive association with what it is that your dog is afraid of. The idea is to do a slow and gradual exposure to the thing your dog is afraid of, and to build your dog's confidence, not to test their confidence. We don't want to keep going to see, well, let's see how far I can push him until he starts being nervous. We want to stop just before that sign of being nervous. Now keep in mind, one day you might be able to get relatively close to something and the next day not. One location you might be able to get close to someone or something and the next day not. So just be patient with these guys. If your dog is showing severe signs of stress, severe signs of anxiety related to people or items, you definitely want to get a professional dog trainer to help you, and you may even need to contact your veterinarian to help you help your dog's stress level, so they're more open to the idea of training and more open to the idea of the desensitization and counter conditioning process, which is basically what I was just talking about. So I want to wish you luck and keep coming back to the events at Camp Embark. And again, I'm Margaret McEwen. I'm the owner of Superfine Canine Dog Training. I can be reached at superfinecanine@gmail.com, or you can visit my Facebook page, which is Superfine Canine Dog Training.